Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is David Rice. I represent Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. And today I'm going to talk about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. A lot of people know about these guys. These guys were very bold. They took a stand for God. These people took a stand for God. These people were strong. These people didn't give in. Okay, and I'm going to explain the story. I'm going to explain the story and everything. So, go to the book of Daniel, chapter 3. That's all we're going to be reading today. The book of Daniel, chapter 3. Okay? I'm not going to read you the whole chapter. Okay? But I have a note card, right? And I broke all the scriptures down. All the important scriptures about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Okay. Go to the book of Daniel, chapter 3, verse 1. King Nebuchadnezzar made an image of gold, whose height was 60 cubits, and its breadth was 60 cubits. He set up the plan of Dura in the province of Babylon. Okay? This is the main topic. Okay? King Nebuchadnezzar made a gold image. Okay? And King Nebuchadnezzar wanted everybody to worship the gold image. He wanted everybody to worship it. Go to the book of Daniel, chapter 3, verse 4 through 5. It says, "And the harlot proclaim aloud, you are commanded, O peoples, nations, and languages, that when you hear a sound of a horn, pipe, lyre, a trigon, harp, bagpipe, and every kind of music, you shall fall down and worship the gold image that King Nebuchadnezzar has set up." Okay. Every time the people heard music, King Nebuchadnezzar wanted them to worship that God. Like say if a song came on, you would worship that God, that golden image. And for those of you who don't know the story about King Nebuchadnezzar, everybody that didn't, for those who do know the story about King Nebuchadnezzar and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. For you guys, people that do know, you know they were burnt in the furnace. Well, they really wasn't burnt, but like he threatened to burn everybody that didn't worship that God in the furnace. Go to the book of Daniel, chapter 3, verse 11 through 13. It says, "And whoever does not fall down and worship will be cast in a burning fiery furnace. There a certain Jew who you have appointed over the affairs of the province Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, pay no attention to you. They do not serve your gods or worship the golden image that was set up." Then Nebuchadnezzar, it was in furious rage, commanded Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to be brought. So they brought these men before the king. Okay. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were men of God. Okay. They followed God, the true living God, the one God. The same God that Moses, same God that Jesus, Daniel followed. Same God. Okay. They followed the same God. Okay. And they were brought to the king. And those of you who know the story, you know what happened. I'm gonna continue reading. Nebuchadnezzar answered and said to them, "Is this true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that you do not serve my gods or worship a golden image that I have set up? Now, if you are ready you hear the sound of the horn, pipe, lyre, trigon, harp, bagpipe, and every kind of music to fall down and worship the image that I have made, will the in good. But if you do not worship, you shall be immediately cast into the burning furnace. And who is the God who delivered you out of my hands? That was like a test question. That was like a test question that Nebuchadnezzar asked him. Let me read this again, verse 15. Now if you are ready, when you hear the sound of the horn, pipe, lyre, trigon, harp, bagpipe, every kind of music, to fall down and worship the image that I have made, well and good. But if you do not worship, you shall be immediately cast into the burning furnace. And who is the God that will deliver you out of my hands? That was a test question. Who is the God? Because Nebuchadnezzar knew they were serving another God. Nebuchadnezzar didn't believe in God. He was like an atheist. Nebuchadnezzar was an atheist and everything. I'm going to read verse 6. Keep on reading. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we have no need to answer you in this matter. Wow. These people were bold. These people didn't take no crap. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they didn't take no crap, for real. They didn't take no crap. If this be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of the hand, O king. Wow. So they said God will deliver them. Their God, God, the God that created all things, will deliver them. That's the good news about God. God's always there when you need him, if you follow him. Go to the book of Daniel, chapter 3, verse 20 through 23. Like I said, I'm not reading all the scriptures. I'm just reading the important ones. It says, they all important, no offense, but they all important, but I'm just reading like the more important of the story that you guys understand, okay? It says, and he ordered some of the mighty men of his army to bend Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and to cast them into the burning furnace. And these men were bound in their clothes, their tunnels, and their hats, and their other garments, and they were thrown into the burning furnace. Because the king's order was urgent, the furnace overheated. The flame of fire killed those men who took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to read verse 23. Nebuchadnezzar was very, 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 very upset about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Okay? He was so upset, he overheated the furnace. He overheated the furnace. Okay? He was so upset. And these three men were Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell bound in the burning furnace. The king Nebuchadnezzar was astonished, and rose up in haste. He declared to his counselors, did we not cast 3 men bound into the fire? They answered and said to the king, true, O king. He answered and said, but I see 4 men unbound, walking in the midst of the fire, and they are not hurt. And the appearance of the 4th is like sons of God, sons of the gods. So God didn't let nothing happen to them. God did not nothing happen to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He let nothing happen to them. Nothing at all. Nothing happened. Okay? Nothing. And that's why King Nebuchadnezzar was astonished. He was shocked. Astonished means kind of like shocked. He was very, 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 very shocked. Okay? He was very shocked. They did not burn. These people, they did not burn. Wow. They did not burn. Mm-mm-mm. And there's a good thing about this story. There's a good moral about this story. There's a good moral about this story. So let me finish reading until verse 27. Then I'm gonna tell you the good news. And it says, he answered and said, but I see 4 men unbound. Never mind, I read that. But go to the book of Daniel, chapter 28, verse 30. 28 verse 30. I'm gonna tell you the good news. I'm gonna tell you the good news. There's a good moral about the story. God, sometimes, like if you're an unbeliever, sometimes God has to show you something to believe in Him. You understand what I'm saying? Like God has to show you something to believe in Him. Sometimes, if you don't believe, the verse 28 through 30. Nebuchadnezzar answered and said, "Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel to deliver his servants who trusted in him and set aside the king commanded and yielded up their bodies rather than serve the worship of any god except their God, own God. Therefore, I make a decree: any people, nation, or language that speaks anything against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego shall be torn limb for limb, and their house laid in ruins. For there is no other God who is able to rescue in this way." Okay, I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna read verse 30. Okay, King Nebuchadnezzar, he realized there was only one God. He realized that because God showed him, just like God showed Pharaoh in that Moses story in the book of Exodus. God showed King Nebuchadnezzar. Okay, God showed him. So King Nebuchadnezzar told his people to follow the real God, the God that created Jesus Christ, that God, the real, authentic God. Okay, the real. Okay. Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon. And that's it for this video. I hope you guys took notes. God bless.